Hey guys, Jacob Pinter here with Farmington Cardinals football coach Mike Adams. Farmington's back in the semifinals for the first time in a while, since the 1980s at least. Coach, you guys had a big win over McGehee late to get to the semifinals. Really kind of a gut-wrenching game. I know you had to come back in the second half and then make a stand too. What was that game like for you guys and for you on the sideline watching it?
Well, when we got off to a tough start. In the first quarter we're down 16-0, and we've not found a way to move the football yet. So it was not very pretty to begin with, but our kids have never panicked. They just hung in there and kept working, and we got a couple of stops finally in the second quarter, and we scored on the last play of the half, and that really kind of got our heads up a little bit. And from then on, it was back and forth. We found some ways to move the football on. We threw the football a little bit more than we've been doing in the past couple of weeks, and that kind of opened things up for us. They scored with about 8 minutes left to take the lead, and we got the ball back and went for an 80-yard drive to score with about 3 minutes left, and they made a couple first downs after that. We stopped on a fourth and a foot, and was able to run out the clock. So it was a real hard-fought ball game by two pretty good football teams.
What was going through your head, and what were you thinking when you made that stop? What was that like for you?
Well, that's a great feeling that you get to call a timeout and go out there and set up the victory play, make sure everybody's going to kneel it down and take care of the football and that sort of stuff, and you're moving on. That's the best thing about it. And you get another week with these kids, and they're a great group to work with, and that's the most pleasing thing is you get to keep going.
The 1-4A conference was pretty crazy this year. I think at one point halfway through the season there were 5 teams tied at the top of the conference. Just really crazy. You and Prairie Grove and Gravette all ended up with the same record, and it seemed like it was just everybody was beating up each other. What was that whole process and losing and winning and getting back on top again like for you guys?
Well, our conference was very strong this year. I felt like there was really 6 really good football teams in our league, and and I think it proved out when we got in the playoffs. Most of our teams did real well. Ozark got upset in the first week, but other than that, our teams have performed pretty well in the playoffs, and I think this conference season has helped us get ready for that.
I know a big part of the game for you guys is rushing the ball, and Jared Martin's the horse there. You've also got Dion Clay and Spencer Boudry to run the ball as well. What's it like for you watching that running attack, and what's made it so good this year?
Well, it's we're one of the few two-back teams left, and it's everybody wants to go the spread and throw it around a bunch, but we're kind of old school, and I'm an old guy, and I think it really paid off for us, particularly this time of year when it gets cold and the conditions aren't as good. There's something you can rely on, and particularly against Heber Springs, I thought we were the much more physical team, and we ran the football like 56 times against them, and we had one big play, but other than that, there's a lot of 3- and 4-yard plays. But our kids have bought into it, and they understand that a 3-yard play is a positive play for us. And so, it may be a little bit boring at times, but winning's never boring, and so that's what's carried us.
Like I said earlier, this is the first time in a while you guys have made it back to the semifinals. What's it like around the team and the school and the community, knowing that the town of Farmington and not just you and your team are so far in this?
Well, everybody's been real excited. The community's been very supportive. The last couple of weeks, we've had a big send-off, and we got on the buses to leave. I know they're letting our upper elementary school out this Friday. The whole school's going to be there to send us off, and everybody in town's excited about it. The parents are fired up, and it's that's part of what makes it so much fun to go this deep in the playoffs is more and more people from your community get involved, and it's a big deal. And winning football games like this in Farmington is still a big deal.
You guys play Malvern this week. They've had a couple big wins so far in the playoffs. 42-14 win over Prairie Grove, conference rival. What are you expecting for this game, and what's going to be the big key to beating Malvern?
Well, the key for us always is make first downs. We've played pretty good defense all year long, but these guys have got just a stable of great skill kids. I mean, they rotate 4 or 5 running backs and 6 or 7 receivers, and they've got a really good quarterback that can run as well as throw. So you want to keep those guys off the field as much as possible, and so we want to keep use a short passing game and run the football, and hopefully make some first downs, and keep ourselves in good field position. When we get down there close, have a chance, and we got to get the ball in the end zone. That's a big key. Anytime we have an opportunity, we're going to have to score, because points are going to be real tough to get against these guys. Their defensive front 7 is the best we've seen all year by far.
That's Farmington coach Mike Adams. They'll be playing the Malvern Leopards this Friday.